It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
I got my 808 dumping when I'm cruising through the street. We surviving niggas riding, hit the spot like 10 deep. I need my squad on my back. We ain't no game, but they my peeps. I need like 20K at least. I'm just trying to keep the peace. Okay, I did it before, do it again. Got me get check from just moving my pen. Niggas be talking about family with money involved when it's not. Niggas going to win. Roll with the punches, I took it to chin. Back to the city, I'm booking events. Get you and your friends, just like a smoothie we blend. She came with the juice and the gin. Ay, something nigga with another swag. Drag these niggas like a bowling bag. Got the soul like Hall & Oates. Always with my brothers like Hall & Nash. Label gave that nigga $1 million and they probably never made a quarterback. Big facts like the almanac. Rappers hating, now they want an autograph. My 808 dumping when I'm cruising through the street. We surviving niggas riding, hit the spot like 10 deep. I need my squad on my back. We ain't no gang, but they my peeps. I need like 20K at least. I'm just trying to keep the peace.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well this Monday afternoon. All right. As y'all heard, we played that 20K to open up the show. And I just want to give a big salute to everybody out there. We've crossed over the 23,000 subscriber threshold. I greatly appreciate y'all. We gained about 2.5 thousand subscribers in the month of February, a short month, and that was probably my biggest growth month in the past year or so. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody that came in, became an insider, those of y'all that are here to stay, and those of y'all that have left. I have noticed a couple folks here, and it's only a couple. If y'all are not acclimated to the fact that I play music before I open up my show, and I want to make it clear, I do a show format here. If this is not clip, you know what I'm saying? This is not clips. You want to go see clips? There's plenty of people on YouTube that do clips or do voiceover work that'll just get straight to it for y'all. We have conversations over here, right? So if you're not down for a setup with the opening, and I mostly do premieres, so in order to get people in the chat and in the room for the conversation, we warm y'all up for about a minute to a minute and a half with some opening music, get people in here. By the time folks get in here, we ready to talk. If that's not your thing, if this ain't the way that you want to swing, you can swing out of here. It's no harm, no foul. I understand it. There are millions of channels on YouTube, probably thousands that cover current events and things that happen in, urban entertainment. So again, I won't hold it against you, please. But you come around here playing with what we do over here, I will get at you. That's just what it is. But let's get into the show. All right. We're going to be talking about Drake in this particular episode, of course. And Drake has had a pretty busy weekend, right? Number one, last week, he pulled out of the remainder of his Anita Max Win tour. He still had a few more shows left. He had 2 more in Australia. He had 2 more in New Zealand. He completely canceled them. I guess they're going to reschedule him at a later time. We'll see if that ever happens. I think he's going to be doing a UK. Hold on. Yeah, I think he's doing a UK tour later in the year. So who knows when he's going to be able to circle back to Australia, New Zealand. But it's about as soon as the damn tour was canceled, he found his way to WWE Elimination Chamber, which is kind of crazy because, the reason for the tour being canceled, they said, was scheduling conflicts. So how much of a scheduling so you mean to tell me that the tour was impeding on the scheduling of him going to a motherfucking WWE match? Damn. Why you ain't just tell the people you wanted to perform? They would have added it to the tour for you. You know what I'm saying? You could have just did that and opened up the show. God dang. Did you want to be in the match? Shit. So not only did that happen over the weekend, but we also had Drake get mentioned at the Oscars last night, right? So Conan O'Brien, he goes up there, and I believe he was the host of the show. I didn't watch the show. I saw this stuff circulating afterwards. He goes up there, and I guess at the midpoint of the Oscars presentation. He says, all right, y'all, we're halfway through the show. And I guess this is the part where Kendrick Lamar comes out and calls Drake a PDF. Oh my goodness. Let's pull up the clip.
Well, we're halfway through the show, which means it's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out and call Drake a pedophile. Don't worry, I'm lawyered up. Anyway.
Y'all know live TV broadcasts and stuff, they have different standards as far as the volume is concerned. I know it was a little bit low there, but he said this is the part where Kendrick Lamar gets to come out and call Drake a PDF, and then he comes back and says, don't worry, I'm lawyered up. So that lets you know either Conan or somebody that was behind the scenes writing is very much aware of what Drake is going through, the lawsuits, paperwork poppy, and I would not be surprised if the Academy from the Oscars gets a letter moving forward, if they get served, because Drake is not taking too kindly to his name being besmirched this way, right? He was already angry last year. He was mad at the fact that the song was Not Like Us was even allowed to be released. He's been trying to campaign with Universal Music to put a muzzle on Kendrick Lamar, try to thwart the progress of the diss record Not Like Us, and he's been unsuccessful at every single level, right? Not only has he been unsuccessful at every single level, but the song has only gotten bigger as time has gone by, so much so that Kendrick's Not Like Us performance has become its own thing with people on social media, TikTok, etc., turning it into skits. They doing it at the house. Little kids are recreating that shit in their living rooms. I just saw somebody recreate that motherfucker at a wedding. A wedding! What the hell is that?
Wedding day 5, I'ma step up through the door. Ringing vibes set in place, this is bigger than the moment. Yeah, they tasted our love, but you can't shake what's chosen. Hey, yo, tripping that
Nah, fam, not the motherfuckers, not Super Bowl performance rendition at a wedding with the I'm tripping, I'm sliding, I'm running through the bed. Like, what? Don't send a lawsuit to them, man. Come on, it's a family function, man. It's a wedding, man. Happiest day of his life, man. Let that man have his fun. God dang. So hopefully we don't get any new petitions or lawsuits filed in the coming days, weeks towards these people. But yeah, man, it looks like a lot of what was even placed in these allegations are just falling apart right in front of our eyes, right? It was just a couple days ago, it was announced that Drake and iHeartRadio, or iHeartMedia, have come to an amicable agreement in which they've been removed from the conversation, from the petition that was leveraged against them and UMG for payola and illegal plays of Not Like Us to boost the record. So I'm trying to understand how you're going to accuse the label of payola when the primary radio conglomerate that you accused them of utilizing is now being removed. But yet you're still accusing them, right? Then you have the whole bot talk, right? The so-called illegal bot situation. Well, Spotify took it upon themselves. They came out and did a clean sweep at the end of the week, last week, to where any songs that had illegal bots or boosted plays or some sort of nefarious activity on the music was supposedly going to be readjusted. So all of those numbers would reflect the true organic reach rather than the artificial labeling of the numbers. And guess what? Kendrick Lamar came out clean. Now, Do I believe that every record on Spotify, especially from the majors, is clean? No. Right? But as far as the optics are concerned, as far as doing the necessary precautions to check it out, I don't know who all was affected, but Kendrick Lamar was not. And we've got this guy here very passionately explaining this.
Over, y'all. Kendrick Lamar is not botting his music. I had to hear for months y'all talking about Kendrick Lamar botting his music and it's not authentic and all this different stuff. Well, guess what? The proof is out now. Kendrick Lamar is not botting his music and the streams are authentic. Y'all been capping this whole time. There's multiple things that point to it, but I'm going to just give y'all one of them. Spotify does a sweep where they go and check all these songs for botted playlists. If there are botted playlists on the song, then they take those streams away. So if that was the case, Kendrick Lamar's numbers would have to change, correct? Absolutely. Because if there were bots on those songs, then they would have to erase the bots and go from there. Well, guess what? Kendrick Lamar's streams did not change at all. They didn't change at all. Some of y'all say that's not going to be good enough. It's all good. I got a few more reasons. As a matter of fact, I just dropped a video on YouTube with full proof that he's not botting his music. Click the link in my bio.
All right. So that's Sir Bungus. He's from, I guess he's on YouTube. He's also on Twitter. Very active in the Kendrick Lamar community and things of that nature. But you saw the screenshots from Chart Data, which is the company that releases the Billboard stats and all of those things. Luminant runs all of that behind the scenes. So I don't know what the future holds for Drake and his dispute with UMG, Spotify, botting, all of those things. I don't feel like his lawsuit is really going to be all that great for him. I think he's going to end up coming out with a great loss of time, effort, money, resources, and support from the label that's been upholding him for the past decade and a half, almost 2 decades. And, you know, I think it's going to get a little bit rough for him, you know. Congrats on the #1 album with Party Next Door and all that type of stuff. But if we're going to use that as an example, then we do see what it looks like when Drake doesn't have the support of the label, or at least not the same amount of support from the label, going from a person who typically sells in the margin of 400,000 to 500,000 first week to 250. That's a downgrade of 50%. You know what I'm saying? Still great numbers, but if he continues to dwindle down with less support, that could get a little scary. It could get spooky. Not saying I'm wishing that on him necessarily, but I'm just saying if he continues to go against the system in the way that he is, especially when it's not really with merit, just out of anger, out of throwing a tantrum, out of not being able to accept that somebody has knocked him off his high horse, that's going to be a pretty pitiful fall. I got to be honest about the situation, you know? I thought that he was canceling the tour to get back so that he could continue to pursue the situation and try to force UMG to sit down with him like he has via the paperwork that we just read the other day. But again, it looks like he really was just in a rush to get back for some WWE. What the hell?
Unfortunately, Kev, there's no forgiving and there's no forgetting this time. I know and you know, this time was different. You tried to end my...
So those clips that you just saw was Drake's entrance into the arena to see the show, getting to his seating. He was hanging out with Lil Yachty. I guess they're still cool. A lot of people were suspecting that him and Yachty had fallen out based on him prematurely speaking on Drake's behalf and saying some things that maybe Drake didn't necessarily want put out there. Him leaking that Super Soak record rather than going through Drake. All of those different things. I don't know, man. But I guess they worked out their differences, whatever those were. and they hanging out, going to wrestling matches. And as y'all saw, that last clip was of Logan Paul put an OVO on the actual the chamber, the elimination chamber from the match. Drake seemed to be pretty delighted about that with the OVO thing. So at least he enjoyed himself, you know. Too bad his fans are not able to enjoy themselves in an arena to sing along to his songs because he ended the tour early. But again, maybe they will circle back at some point in the near or not so near future. We'll just have to see, right? You know, another thing in limbo for future purpose is if we're gonna get another solo Drake album in 2025. You know, that's another prospect, because that Party Next Door stuff didn't do it for me, but some people did enjoy it, and for those that did, salute to y'all. Y'all are the real MVPs out there, man. Cause that style ain't never did it for me. Now, getting back to this whole Conan O'Brien at the Oscars thing, right? There's this guy that came out via Twitter, and he comes out and confirms that he was actually the staff writer that wrote the joke about Drake being a PDF and Kendrick Lamar coming out and doing halftime at the Oscars. This guy, Skylar Higley, came out via Twitter. He says, I wrote the Kendrick Lamar joke and bet our executive producer $50 that it would kill. Just made $50. So all it took was $50 to go. And Conan went out there and humiliated Drake once more on national television, and all it took was an easy $50, right? And he was very happy that they didn't chicken out from broadcasting it, because I think he did expect for them not to air it, but they in fact did, and it has social media in a complete uproar, so much so that people are coming to Drake's defense a little bit, which I find to be very interesting, because it wasn't that long ago, maybe 2 to 3 months at the most, when you know, Andrew Schultz came out on his podcast talking about he was gonna essay Kendrick Lamar, and when people said that was inappropriate, the Drake fans of the world and others were saying, hey man, it's just a comedian doing his job, nothing should be off limits, everything is fair game, that's what comedians do. The world is getting too soft. I hate being in this with y'all. But now it seems that the very same people who had that mentality back then are the ones up in arms about this Conan O'Brien joke today. Now, ain't that a bad batch of apples? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments, though. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit on my almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, so straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross I'm out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.